Hey everyone! Today we have a slightly different topic. I teased in some videos before that I might explain you why I didn't do certain reactions, and this all has to do with the fact that I try to explain you today how to get into a music show in Korea. Let's start with a big mystery. I teased before, no, it's not so big. Me and my friend, when we were in Korea, got into the Do It Festival show. It was the second episode that run. And we already, because I did react to Sandal, we already watched Sandal and Ken performance back there, so I couldn't do a reaction of it. Experiencing it's such a big show. Like the singing shows was always a goal of me, and it's so interesting to see how much time and equipment lays there, and how they motivate the crowd to do what they're doing is really interesting. Anyway, in September I was able to go to Inkigayo, and this is basically the same procedure you can do to go into a singing show. I will only describe a certain way, and this is the way over the fan club. So if you're a K-pop fan, you follow a fandom, and one person of the fandom or the whole group will join a certain show. There will be a notice in the fan cafe, and then there's time for you to act. Mostly on comeback times, it's full of notices from different shows, so this is a good timing to go to certain music shows. However, sometimes in layoff phases, when they don't have, they are not promoting, some of the members, like B1A4 that I follow, go to certain music shows, and you can attend to them as well. So you go to the fan cafe and check what kind of notices you have there. And when you have a certain show, you can go click on the notice. Again, depends on the fan cafe, but mostly they are in Korean. And either you understand what's going on, but maybe then you don't need the help, or you put it in some kind of translator. Last time I recommended Naver Dictionary, which I still recommend. To get a general feel what they want from you to be able to attend. Most of the time there will be the time of the music show, so check if you can go to this certain amount of time, and check if you have time to go earlier for a check-in with a fan club. So, and then additionally to that, there will be a time period when you can apply for the music show. So mostly it's 1 or 2 days before that you have a certain time frame where you go to a certain bulletin, everything is described in the notice, and put in all your info from the fan club to be able to identify on the exact day. Sometimes if there are bigger crowds allowed, like when I went to Inkigayo, it was like 300 people, because it was the last promotion performance. They let in a lot of fans. There was like, you can apply, but they let in even more than the people that did apply. So if you have time on the day, and on the check-in times, you also can go there, and you can see if you still can go in any way, because some people might not show up, but I explain this in a second. So if the time arises, you put in all your info, and this will be processed over the fan cafe. Normally they put in numbers. If you have a normal number, just show up to the checkup times and you will be on the list of the fan stuff. If you have some kind, not a number or a number and a certain sign, it may be that you are not on the list. You can again translate if there's any Korean in it, or it's like a waiting number when people don't show up, as I said before. But again, on the day when the checkup time is, depends on how much people they're letting in. If it's only 20, the chance is really low that you might be able to get in there, and there will be enough people that are waiting in line. But if the number is bigger, like 100 to 200 people, there is a chance that you can wait and still get your chance to go into the music show. So what also will be in a fan cafe is the things you have to bring along with you to check. This depends totally on the fandom and on the fan stuff, what they require. For some fandoms, when you go to the comeback music shows, you only have to bring the album. For some, you have to bring album and a receipt of Melon that you purchased the song or anything. But the most important thing, if you're not a Korean citizen or not living constantly in Korea, if you're living constantly in Korea, you should take your ID card as well. But if you're just a visitor, take your passport. This is really important to identify yourself. So you showed up at the checkout time, check all the things that I said before, and then the fan staff will check all your stuff and give you the actual number to go in. It's a lot of times waiting is involved. This is really fan life. Fan life is waiting in lines and waiting to maybe get a number or not a number, and if you have a number then you have to wait again. But if you have done your actual number, there is mostly a time when you can go off not waiting anymore and go eat something and come back to the time before the recording will be. So really make sure you understand at which time you have to come back, because it can be that you are too late and not can't go in anymore, and this will be a waste of place if you have already a number, and that's not a really nice behavior towards the other fans. Another thing that is in every music show is no cameras allowed. As long as there is a recording, and even if it's a live recording, it is no cameras allowed. There's no policy, and fandoms have to stick to that. If anyone, even just with a cell phone, breaks it, you shed a bad light on your whole fandom, and you might risk that your whole fandom might get thrown out of the recording, and this is nothing that you want to do. When I said before, it's really good to apply and to wait for a certain fandom. I know that internationals have a lot of multi-fandoms, but in Korea it's not really like you can go to this group and this group and this group all at the same day. You have to go once at the time and not jumping any lines or might get a peek. So stick one group for one day. If you want to see multiple groups in a period of time, you go another day back and in another show, and you can see another group that you might like. Another thing that is often said, especially for the music singing shows with points and stuff, they will be recorded like 1 or 2 weeks prior to the show. And it's really, really, really important that you don't spoil any information about the winners on social media. Also, what I noticed recently is that fans that didn't attend the show, but for some reason know the outcome, spoil the results on social media. That as well, for me, is not a good behavior. That also sheds a bad light on the fandom, which might influence the decisions of the TV stations and the number of the fans they might invite in the future. So please do not spoil results, and if you see that people do, you can remind them that it isn't the best thing for the fandom. Now, I said a lot of things that you can't do, but what you should do is bring the best mood you have and cheer for your group as loud as you can. If you go to comeback shows, there will be fan chants placed, and you can learn the fan chants before to really support your group. and yeah, have fun along with your fellow fandom friends, or make new friends if you can. Anyway, for certain shows there are different possibilities to go in. For NBC Do It show, for example, it's not just a fan club thing. The majority of people that go to the NBC show are just not fan club people, they're regular people that enjoy to go to these shows. And you can apply for the Do It show over social media. They have every week they have some kind of giveaways where you can win tickets. You might be able to apply in different kinds of ways. So research if there's any way, but for the general music shows, going the fan club way is a good thing. For singing shows, it might be different how to go, but you always can apply if your idol is on it over the fan club, so this is a safe thing. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful and not too crazy and had all the important information. If you have additional questions, you always can ask me in the comment section. I try to respond as quickly and as fast as I can on all your questions. So have a nice day, and we will see each other next time.